Are you struggling to recruit producing real estate agents? If so, in this video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how to set up a meta ad campaign that gets other local realtors in your local market to book straight onto your calendar. And when I'm talking about meta, I'm basically referring to Facebook and Instagram ads that you'll be running in your local market to recruit real estate agents into your local team or to your local real estate brokerage. I'm going to walk you through, you're going to see my screen, the ad account, you're going to see the targeting, the exact funnel. I'm basically going to show you everything. And this is not designed to take you weeks to figure out. You can set up this entire ad today in just about an hour. But first, why this works. Because if you just copy the setup without understanding the strategy, you're just going to waste your time plus your money. So here's a problem. You've tried cold calling, Indeed, maybe a recruiting company, but you get the wrong agents. You get agents that join your brokerage that may stick around, but they're either toxic or they don't produce. They just waste space, they waste mental bandwidth, and they leave as soon as they get a better offer. The people that you actually want, what we refer to as seasoned or producing agents, they won't even look at you. They likely won't even talk to you. And there's a reason as to why that is happening. And it is likely what you not think, and which I'll be getting into in just a second. Now, we discovered this after working with over 2,900 brokers and spending over $3 million on recruiting ads. And it likely goes against everything that you've ever heard. I'm also going to tell you about a client. His name is Sean. And he went from cold calling 10 hours a week to now recruiting one agent per day. So this is for brokers who want producers. You're not just looking to hire bodies en masse and where you know that 50% of them are just going to end up churning. So look, I know you've likely been burned before, so just stick with me till the end of the video. So my name is Jazz, one of the co-founders here at AgentAttraction.io, and we've been in the recruiting space for almost 7 years now. And when Sean came to us, he was burnt out. He was cold calling every day. He tried Indeed. He tried recruiting companies. He tried every other solution under the moon. But like I said, he was bringing on people, but he was attracting agents that would quit within 90 days. So what was the point? He said to us, I'm doing everything right, but nothing seems to work. So we looked at what was actually going on, like what was actually happening underneath the hood. And here's what we found. The way most brokers recruit, you end up repelling the producing agents. And I want you to think about this for a second. Say you cold call an agent, a producing agent. This producing agent is busy, they're successful, they're closing deals, they're running around, they're making money, they're making things happen. And some broker that they've never even ever heard of is pitching them on the phone. What does that tell them? That you need them more than they need you. That is coming from a state of desperation. And producing agents, they're not going to be joining a desperate broker. They want to join a broker that they look up to. Same thing happens with Indeed. When was the last time you ever visited Indeed? Likely when you needed a job. So you're not going to find producers or agents making money on Indeed. Same with the recruiting companies. If you hire a recruiting company, maybe if you already have an in-house recruiter, what they're likely going to be doing 9 out of 10 times is that they're just going to be chasing on your behalf. And all of these solutions that I've sort of just talked about, we sort of categorize them, and internally within my company, we like to call them falling into the chasing trap. The more you chase, the more they run. And once we figured this out, everything just changed. Sean, like I said, one of our clients, he stopped cold calling, and now he's recruiting one agent per day, which is a big number. So what really works, instead of chasing, you flip it, you attract instead of chasing. And instead of putting a pitch in front of people, you put value in front of people, and they come to you. And that is exactly what I'm going to be showing you how to build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to walk you through the only recruiting ad that you really need to run in your local market. And this is something that you can set up yourself, within an hour. You'll be surprised, but you'll genuinely have other local realtors clicking on the ad, coming to you, booking an appointment onto your calendar, actually showing up, and being very close to switching over to your brokerage. So let's switch over to my screen share, and let's jump straight into this tutorial. All right, so we are going to start building out a meta ad campaign, which is the sole purpose of this ad campaign is to have local realtors in your local market reaching out to you, giving you their information, and self-booking onto your calendar. So it's a one-time setup. You set this up in your business one time, and it's an evergreen system. And over time, you're going to be collecting more data because you're going to be spending more money on marketing. And then over time, your targeting is just going to get better over time. Essentially, bottom line, your results over time will get better. here, but you just need to get started. So just to show you, I logged into one of my ad accounts here. You can see that in the past 30 days, we've spent about $105,000 just on this one ad account, and we have multiple ad accounts. So just on this one ad account alone, let me refresh this. We spent over $105,000. Now, of course, we have professional media buyers that spend this much amount of money per month, but the campaign that I'm going to show you how to set up today, this is something that you can set up yourself, and you can start getting leads. You can start getting interest from agents coming in starting today just by spending maybe an hour or two setting this all up by yourself. So first and foremost, you need to understand that we're going to be advertising on Meta. And Meta is basically, Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to be advertising in your local market. And this is where your brokerage will sort of have this, you'll start building a brand locally in your local market. And if you yourself as a broker are in these ads, I mean, you will eventually over time start getting this sort of celebrity effect kicking in. So if you already have an ads manager account, which I'm assuming by now you likely already will, because I'm sure in some point of time in your life you've advertised on Facebook and Instagram, all you need to do is you just need to come into an ads manager account, and we're going to start off from scratch on creating this entire campaign. So once you do see a screen like this, just log into your Facebook, and then you'll find an ads manager somewhere on your screen. And then we just want to come in here. We want to click this green button which says create, and we're going to go ahead and start creating a local lead generation campaign. So the sole purpose of this campaign here is that we're looking to generate leads. In this case, will be other agents in your local market. So we're going to click leads here, and we're going to click continue, and let's start building out this campaign from scratch. So this campaign name here, we can call this the recruiting campaign, and we are looking to generate leads, and we are going to set up a campaign budget. Now, what do we recommend? We recommend that you spend no less than $50 a day. On average, we've seen that, across the board with the various different brokerages that we're working with across North America, you will be spending about 15 on the low end, but up to $25 to $30 to generate a lead. So if you're spending about $50 a day, and we can do some simple math, you will be generating about 2 agent leads per day. So spend 50, and if you do have the budget and you can go up to 3K a month, that would be great. Like, that is ideal. But if you're a little bit on a tight budget and you want to first sort of get the proof of concept that this does indeed work before you start investing more money into it, then of course start off at 50, and that is a good number to start off at. And then on the campaign level, you don't really have to change anything else, and we can click next. So ad set, you don't have to worry too much about the name here. This is more so if you're spending a lot of money and you want to categorize different campaigns like we are. But the conversion mechanism here is that we just want people to submit their name, email, and phone number to you. We want to collect the leads information. Think of this as going to Zillow, clicking on a listing, and before you can get contacted by, before you can see additional details about the listing, sometimes you have to put your name, email, and phone number. That is called an opt-in form. That is, you can also call that as a lead collector type thing, but mainly you're just looking to collect the leads information, so that you collect the lead, and of course, in order to get someone's information, you have to give them something in exchange. So you're sort of giving a bribe, but you get the leads information, and once you do get a leads information, you can follow up with text, email, phone calls, and voicemails. And you can also reach out to them via DMs on social media, and you can friend request them, and then that way you have an inbound lead flow coming to you, and then you can work that pipeline over time. Facebook page, I'll use my company's Facebook page just for this example. So my company is called agentattraction.io. If of course you do want to learn more about just having our internal team do this for you, you can find us at agentattraction.io on Google, and then you'll be able to find us. You can take a look at our case studies, brokers that we've worked with in the past, the results that we've generated for them, and you'll be able to also apply and book a call and speak with my team here. But what we're looking to do is we're just looking to get more leads, to be honest. That is all what we're looking for. So we don't really change anything here. Turn dynamic creative on, and I'll get into why we turn this on a little bit later on, but just turn it on. And for the start date, typically I instruct my media buying team to always start the campaign the following day at 12 a.m. And the reason why we do so is so that you don't waste any of the money that you're going to be spending on Meta, and you can start off with a brand new day the following day. Now, audience, this is where you have to pay some attention. Now, depending on where you want to recruit people from, this is where you want to target a city. And let's just use Queens, for example, Queens, New York. And I'm just going to type in Queens, New York. I'm going to turn off Canada. I'm personally from Vancouver, so I'm going to turn that off. But say you're targeting Queens, all of Queens, which is within New York. The estimated audience size is about 1 million to 1.2 million people, which is pretty good. You typically do want to have an audience size above 40,000 to make this work. 1 million, so it sort of fits that criteria, so we don't have to worry too much about them. But wherever you're from, wherever you're looking to locate, wherever you're looking to recruit, just add that city, town, or whatever into the targeting. And apart from that, you don't really have to do anything here. Once you're done with that, we are going to do some detailed targeting. So of course, we don't want to just target everyone in the city for obvious reasons. We want to target realtors, so we want to make sure that you're not spending that $50 a day or $100 a day on random people, and you're just going to be flushing your ad spend down the drain. But instead, we want to target people that are actually realtors. So as you can see here, Facebook is great in a sense where we can hyper target people. And if of course you do become a client, you'll just be able to leverage our own internal data that we've collected after spending millions of dollars on marketing. So you'll be able to shortcut this. But if you're just trying to build a campaign on your own, just select any interest level, which will apply for a realtor. So you can see here, real estate sales associate, real estate broker, real estate, and we want to select as many as possible. Keep in mind, bigger the audience, the better. Why? We want to let the AI algorithm do the targeting for you. And Facebook is much smarter than you and I. Meta, which is $1 trillion, I forget their market cap right now. Actually, let's search up their Meta valuation. This is a company that is worth billions and billions of dollars right now. And so of course, we're not going to be smarter than Meta, of course, right? We're not going to be smarter than Mark Zuckerberg. We're not going to be better than their AI platform. So all in all, just add as big of an audience as possible. Try to add as many as you can here. And this way we'll be able to hyper target agents so you don't waste money. And over time, the algorithm is going to pick up on who is clicking on the ad, who is not clicking on the ad, who's resonating with the ad, who's engaging with the ad. And then you'll be able to further target those sort of people. So I'm just going to select as many as I can. You can see that the audience size now is between 25 to 30,000, which is good. Ideally, I want to get this number above 40,000. So I'm just going to keep selecting as many as I can. There you go. I got it above 40,000 and I'm still going to continue doing more here. All right, let's get all of these here. Employers. Yep. I want to get all of these in there. All right. You guys get the point, but try to make the audience as big as possible. So I added real estate, the industry as a whole, and that added a good amount of people. So anything above 40,000 is sort of this criteria that you want to meet when you're especially doing ads in your local market. Okay, so keep adding them, just get that number above 40,000 and then you should be good. And then from here, the only other thing that you have to change here is that just make sure that you edit where you're placing your ad. The only placements that convert are feeds and stories and reels. Anything above that, such as like in-stream ads for reels and search results, just turn the stuff off. This is just Facebook just taking your money. Okay, this is just Facebook they're just gonna steal your money. So make sure we don't just spend our money on random stuff. But apart from that, just to recap, we are optimizing for instant forms. Select your Facebook page, or you can use a personal brand page, you can use your brokerages page. Turn on dynamic creative, start the ad the following day, and select the location. In this case, I'm just using an example, so I'm just going to do Queens, New York, and then I do your detailed targeting here as well. We of course want to just hyper target real estate agents, and then make sure we only run the ad on feeds and stories, status, and reels. Apart from that, you want to have everything turned off. So once you're done with the ad set level, now we go to the actual ad level, and this is where we build out the entire ad. So turn off multi-advertiser ads. But select your Facebook page. You should already have this selected. If you don't have an Instagram account, just create an Instagram account and then connect it with your Facebook. You'll be able to figure this out. And if you can't figure out the small stuff here, either you should be letting a professional do it for you, such as us. We can just come in and just do everything for you. Or B, we live in a day and age where you have AI in your hands. You have Gemini, you have ChatGPT, you have Claude. There's so many different AI tools that you should be able to use these tools to learn new stuff. And you never want to come from a perspective that I'm not tech savvy, because if you keep saying I'm not tech savvy, you're just holding yourself back. Sometimes you need to adapt, you need to innovate, you have to learn new skills to progress further. So don't limit yourself just by saying that, I'm not tech savvy. Either pay someone to do it or use AI and learn how to do this yourself. So select your Instagram account, and then we're going to go ahead and use add in videos or images. So what I did is I just went ahead and I created some images just for this example. So I'm going to go ahead and select these images, and I'm just going to upload them here. So upload here, we're just going to let these process here. Alrighty. Now I did create another video that you should find on the channel, which talks about how to create these videos and images. But you do of course want to have an offer. That I don't want to, otherwise if I try to go super deep into this, it's just going to be like a 3-hour long tutorial. But for example, you want to make a promise, you want to make a claim. You want to lead with value. And if you look at this right here, we're saying that, hey, real estate agents, we're going to double your production in 12 months guaranteed, or X, Y, and Z. In this case, we have that we're going to offer you free ads until you do hit that double your production sort of claim. Okay. So you want to make an offer to agents in your local market. You don't want to lead with, oh, you know, we have the great culture, we're just going to offer you more money. We have the great tech. You know, we've heard that stuff a million times. You want to genuinely make a good offer, something that is valuable. In this case, what do agents really want? They want to double their production. They want to make more money. They want to increase their GCI. They want to take home more money. They want to get more appointments with buyers and sellers. They want to generate more leads. Anything regarding that, I already have a separate video around that on the channel, but you want to make some ads around that. Now, what I can do is whatever images that I've created here, I'll download them and put them in a Google Drive, and I'll put it in the description so you can download these images and then you can run them if you like. But this is something that my team does. We create these visuals, we create these images, and we run them in your local market. Now, there's two types of ads we can run. We can either run images or we can run videos. So we test between both. Some markets, images perform better. Other markets, videos perform better. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use these images here. And then you'll be able to download these as well if you want to run these videos. And then we have the primary text. This is pretty much the text that will be shown in the ad. What I did is I'm just going to copy some text here, which I had saved. So we can put here. So this is going to go perfect. It's going to fit perfectly with this image here. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, and we're going to make this look nice and pretty so people can actually read it. So whenever you are writing copy, you want to make sure that people that are looking at your ad on their phone and on their desktop can actually read the copy. And the way you do so is you have more spacing between your text. This is more so just a principle that you need to follow when you're marketing. And there we go. Far easier to be read and perfect. So now you can see that this is the ad. Now I want you to just imagine your own brokerage here. So say you're like X, Y, and Z Realty. Essentially the ad that you're leading with, targeting other agents, is that, hey, we're going to help you double your production in the next 12 months, guaranteed. Or we're going to do X, Y, and Z for you. So you can see how powerful this ad really is. And this is something that, of course, you know, you can run on your own. But this is just one of the offers that we do run for our clients here. And headline. So I'm just going to write, headline is, I'm just going to write like real estate agents listen up, right? So you'll see that it's going to pop up right there. I accidentally spelled real wrong. You see real estate agents listen up. So essentially I'm also like at the same time, I'm trying to show Facebook that, hey, my ad is targeting real estate agents. Okay. Facebook is really smart. If I keep adding in these keywords like real estate lead generation, so on and so forth, Facebook will pick up on that and it will help you further target the right people. So everything that we're doing here is calculated, and we're doing it to hyper target real estate agents in your market, which is why our customers get such good results. So this is the ad. This is what the ad looks like this is what it looks like on Instagram. This is what it looks like on Facebook. Then we need to now create a form so people can actually give us their information. This is called an instant form. You can call it an opt-in form. You can call it an instant form. You can call it a lead form. You can call it whatever you want. They're all the same term for the same thing. I'm gonna call it agent recruiting. We want more volume, and we're gonna turn off the greeting. We don't want to create friction for no reason. Okay, and then we're gonna go next, and then I'm gonna just write realtors, fill out your info below. So once again, we're gonna get their name, email, and phone number. So once we do collect someone's name, email, and phone number, we'll be able to follow up with them. And I don't want to make this optional. I do want to get their phone number for sure. And then we'll be able to follow up with them via email, text, call, and voicemail. These are the main mediums that we want to be following up with people. And then you can also DM them on Facebook and stuff. Click next, and this is where you include your privacy policy. This is sort of like the legal stuff. And then we're gonna send people over our website. The website is just a simpler term that I'm using, but we're sending people over to a funnel. Funnel contains a landing page. So in this case, I logged into one of my client CRMs, and I'm gonna open up this client's funnel here. But essentially, we're gonna send people over to this one example of a landing page. But essentially, I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna write, but wait, you're not done yet. And then I'm gonna write, if you would want to learn more about how we guarantee to double the months, click on the blue button below and watch a short video on the next page that breaks this all down. So once we get someone's information, we collected the lead now. So we got their name, email, and phone number. So now we have an agent in our system that came to us. Now we want that agent to book an appointment and fill out an application after watching a video. And this is just one of the clients that we're working with. We licensed out this video that we created for this broker. And now the prospect on the other side, the agent, can click on this blue button here. I'm gonna change the call to action here. Watch the full here. I'm gonna just write like offer breakdown. And people will then land on this page. They'll watch this professionally.
Give me 10 minutes and I'll explain.
And if they like this offer, they can then apply and book a call by filling out this application below. And that is pretty much how you set up an evergreen, scalable, consistent, reliable system that will bring agents to you forever. This is how you can hit that 100 agent goal. If that is your goal, to onboard 100 agents and eventually expand locations and open up new locations, or even exit, increase valuations, get loans against your brokerage, whatever you want to do, this is the starting path to that. Okay. So you start off with a big claim, a big promise. We get an agent's attention, we get their information, and then once we get their information, we send them over to this nicely, beautifully created VSL page. We call this a landing page. We send them over to a funnel, and the people just fill out a few questions about themselves. What is the number of things holding you back, leads here, and then just started noticing if nothing changes, what will you be at? I'll be stuck, whatever it is. Then they just apply and then they book a call. But that is how you have agents coming to you and booking onto your calendar. Okay, so now we just click publish and we get this bad boy started. But guys, I can go on and on about this, but if you really want to maximize your results and you just want professionals to come in and do everything for you, it's far better off to just pass on this task, delegate it to professionals, to experts that do this all day, every day, 24/7, and that is what we do. So if you want us to just come in and just do everything for you, all the way from creating ads, best performing ads, give you the best proven offers, which videos to run, what videos to not run, build out the entire tech stack in a very cost-effective manner that doesn't increase your overhead, which is just below to your brokerage. We want to get you out of the red if you are currently in the red, and we want to increase that agent count. So by now you should be able to set this up yourself. Maybe send this video off to a recruiter or maybe a tech person on your team. But if you just want us to just come in and just do everything for you guys, just don't wait on this. Right now the time to recruit. It is time to wrap things up. And if you're just tired of being stuck in the same spot, in the same agent count, or maybe you're even declining, I want you to apply and just book a call with our team, and then we'll just do everything for you. But I once again just gave you everything if you wanted to do this yourself. But apart from that, guys, I mean, that is pretty much all you need. There's not much more that you need. I'm just gonna delete the campaign before we start spending money on it. Yeah, if you just want us to just come in and just do everything for you guys, like, that's what I recommend. Okay, I value time over money. I always like hiring people that know more than me and then just delegating proper tasks to them. But if this is what you want, you want to increase that agent count, you want us to get you out of the red, increase that EBITDA, whatever the case may be, book a call, and I will see you next time.